Hi everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Thoughts Tarot. How are you all doing? Today's Tuesday the 25th of August. We are now in Virgo season. A lot of people I know are Virgos, so there's a lot of things coming up to say, you know, wish happy birthday. So certainly end of August into September, I seem to know quite a lot of Virgo people. So hello to all the Virgos. I'm here to do your tarot reading. But I've just decided today's just a bit funny day. I was away the weekend. I went with some friends to a concert to The Cure in Edinburgh, and it was an epic evening. It was so good. Robert Smith, his voice is so fine and on point, and the band were on point, and the music was on point, and the vibe was great. Everybody, all kinds of everyone, you know, there were a few people with, you know, a classic white painted face with, you know, things painted on, you know, for a bit of effect, etc. But there were very ordinary people there. There were all ages there. And it was all very well run. It was all very peaceful, no hassle. And the sun came out. It was a beautiful day. And a beautiful sunset, fantastic tunes, classic tunes right through into the night. So it was awesome. And I went with two of my friends that I've known, like they were saying, since I was 4. We all started school at the same time, and we've remained close and in touch. So that was pretty awesome. It was just a nice day away. I went up for the evening and came back following day, and it was just kind of reintegrating that friendship and that love of music and dance, because I don't know about you, but I don't get out much anymore. And I love to dance to music. I'm not even bothered about, you know, drinking the beer or whatever. I'd be much more interested in just kind of dancing the night away. So it was really good for us as a group, and really good for me just to go and experience some really great tunes that I know, and a really pleasant environment as well. So it was a lovely experience. So, but then I came back and I had some sad news. A colleague of mine, her husband has passed, so blessings to him. You know who you are. So that just happened last night. And with this lunar eclipse coming up on Friday, there's a lot of strange energy right now, and there's a lot of change energy. I just feel like things are just going to be changing. Like there's change in work, there's change in people's lives, there's change in, you know, it was great to do that music thing. It was great to have that day away. But Spirit also reminded me that there's still this work for me to do. So, sorry, I had to sneeze there. I am burning some incense, which is quite perfumey. And often with perfumes, I can be a bit allergic. So I just had to sneeze. So, time of change. So, just to change it up, I'm not going to start with the tarot. Sometimes I do this. I don't start with the tarot. Forward little. So we'll just see. I just feel kind of relaxed today. I don't know why. I should just feel like kind of sitting back and just reading some cards for you, but without being too formal about it. So just come and sit with me, go get a cup of tea, get a glass of wine, get a beer, if that's what you want. Let's see what the cards want to tell us. There's just almost feels like that's part of it as well. So, you know, coming up to this full moon, take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. There's a lot of change energy that can be to do with work, families, jobs, friendships, which might be good change, but it can be shocking. Things can just happen as well. So let's ask the goddess for direction. Okay. Let's see. That's perfect. What did I say? I just want to kind of kick back and just take it easy. We've got Una, which is easy does it. And again, she came up previously with this. There is this peace dove here amongst her beautiful blonde hair. It says there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So that's just a reminder that, you know, we can feel pressured often. You can feel pressured to do a reading. You can feel pressured to deliver. You can feel pressured to come up with something. You can feel, you know, just this, which causes stress, which causes pressure, which causes disharmony, which means the thing won't be as good as the thing could be. So it's learning about just, I think particularly this week, easing off a little. Give yourself some peace. If you need time to adjust or to deal with a situation, give yourself time. If you're going through a difficult situation, easy does it. Just do what you can. So let's see what she says. Sorry. So Una says, nurturing a cause or a relationship is a long-term commitment and one that can't be rushed. This level of devotion comes from a place of deep loving and concern. I care what happens to my planet and to my loved ones so much that I'm willing to stick with them through thick and thin. This isn't always easy, but to me it's the only way to ensure that matters are resolved and healed. I listen to the passionate stirrings of my heart. I reach out and take action to let my loved ones know that I deeply care about them. I take action to spur on my pet causes. Never mind what other people think. You will benefit by carrying through with your priorities. You'll feel so good about yourself if you make time for the relationship and projects that truly count in your life and in your heart. Do what's important to you and do it with absolute devotion. But remember that there's no competition for your true life's purpose. There's no need to worry, hurry, or feel that you have to force things to happen. Don't worry about your purpose and goals. Make no sudden moves. Slow, steady progress is best right now. Ease into your new life instead of rushing into it. Do your new work as a part-time venture to begin with, while slowly exiting an old career. Oh, she was the Celtic goddess Una, Oonagh, and was married to Finbar, the leader of the Irish Tuatha De Dananns, who have come through before. When the Gaels invaded their land, the Tuathas didn't run or fight back. Instead, they transformed themselves into leprechauns, or they're told to be, they just sort of elevated to a frequency where they're invisible, basically. Their ingenious solution allowed them to stay in Ireland in peace, and they're said to still be in Ireland, but just in the invisible realms, visible to some. Call upon Una for help with your own transitions. She'll guide you in a creative and magical way. So this is about change as well. What are you devoted to? There's no competition in life. You make the competition. So ease in, chill out. This is a week of just chill for a minute. No sudden decisions. Everything is happening in the perfect timing. No need to hurry or force things. So we might be on a venture, we might be moving forward, and we might want things to happen now, and why is this not in place and that not in place, etc. And it might be that it's telling us to trust the process, and it will be okay. The right thing will fall into place, and that can be it. You can have this desire, this end goal, and you want to get there. but it's not possible from where you are now. So there is this process that you need to get there. But what Una is saying is, easy does it. This week, just take it easy, chill out. Know what you want to take action on, the people that you care about. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Your priorities are your priorities. So it's not about impressing anyone. It's not about setting up a life where, you'll seek approval of the community or of everyone. You need to remember that it has to fulfill your heart. Is that connection fulfilling? Is that friendship fulfilling? Do you still have work to do for spirit? Do you still have work to do for you? For your soul? But no panic this week. Okay, so it's just nice because I kind of felt like just chilling out a little bit after my big weekend. So let's go and do another card. We're doing back to front today. So, okay, never know what this one is because I've got two of these and I never know which pack I'm actually opening. I got these at the Lavender Path. The wonderful Karen McBurty. She's a great Reiki master as well if you need a treatment back home in Ireland. Thank you, Karen, for letting me work out of the Lavender Path when I was there. And to everyone who came. And if you're watching, say hi. Why is my nose itchy? It's going to have a fight, isn't it? Got an itchy nose. Sometimes it's spirit though. Okay, there's a couple coming out there, but they didn't fight, so let's... And that's way too many. My goodness. So we're asking about this move forward and being in this chill out. Let's not rush things. Let's not force things. Okay, because this is turned over, just so you can see. Because we're in this period of shadow, and then this one's on my lap. And gifts. Okay, let's just work with those two. Because we're chilling today. We're not going crazy with anything. We're just seeing what comes. So let's look at shadow. So shadow can be shadow self. So it's like that, you have good side, bad side. That's kind of how people isolate it. But it's really just an aspect of you. And it might be parts of you that you're not happy to show the world, or you hold back. And it can be something as simple as, you're in a queue in a shop and somebody kind of cuts out in front of you or bumps you with their trolley, and you go effing and blind and in your mind, and you're going like, oh God, or somebody, you might be in a work situation and someone says something really hurtful and think that they can get away with it. So that's a shadow side of them coming out. They're just being hurtful. And then you might also have your own little, right, well, I hope the door doesn't hit you on the way out kind of thing. So it could be a bit of shadow there as well. But what we do is we learn about our negative traits. We learn about our negative sides. We learn about that side that we try and keep under wraps, that we try and push down. Because it is inflammatory, you can see that there's a flame here. It's inflammatory, and it's also it is almost like a power over. So you've got this shadow aspect powering over this self here. And the hands of healing are coming in. So we've got divine healers coming in to heal the shadow aspect. And generally what shadow aspect comes in because you feel powerless. If you're completely comfortable with you and your power, and you've been working with that sense of self, building your confidence, building who you are, the shadow aspect is lessened, because generally it's if somebody kind of bumps up to you in some way, whether it's verbal attack, physical, whatever kind of situation, I can't even think of one now, but it's that negative vibe you can have for somebody. That's your shadow coming out. You might be absolutely correct in having that reaction, but it's noticing it. And it's noticing it that that's not your true self, it's more your shadow self, which is part of you. And what you need to do is integrate it into the whole, not abandon it, not say it's not part of you, to understand that you have frustrations with how someone is, how someone's behaving, and how that makes you feel. So there is this level of healing through love, through the heart, that aspect. There's a lot of violet here, so I'm thinking violet flame as well. If you have anyone with shadow issues, that you might want them to try some violet flame work as well, because we have the violet and the flame also, and that clears negativity, transmutes negativity for you. But it is acknowledging everyone has shadow side. Everyone has that little bitchy side to them. And it can be very destructive. So you have to be mindful of how you let that take you over. It can be very, very judgmental, very belittling, narcissist, and abusive, and over-wielding power. And a lot of people are in their shadow most of the time. We do have a lot of people who are in a very dangerous, negative, evil expression of themselves in our world today, and they think that that's okay. They think that they have a right to that. They have a right to that position, a right to that power, a right to express themselves in such a demeaning and overpowering way, which is just not healthy. It's toxic. It needs to go. So let's see what the shadow says, because we're talking about easy does it. We're talking there's no need to hurry. We're okay to chill. But that can be it as well. You might think, well, so-and-so's not doing their job quick enough, or why isn't this done, or why isn't that put in place? So then your shadow creeps out, and you can be quite derogatory to someone. So it says anger, vengeance, a violation, spite. So this is also a warning, I would say, that, this Una is coming in with easy does it. There's no need to hurry, things happen in its perfect timing. But there's an element of here that there could be someone around you who has this shadow aspect, who is around you in your circle somewhere, and just to be mindful of it. It needs healing. You might need the divine helpers to come in to help you with this. It says, although no one likes to admit it, we all have our dark sides and shadows, those less than flattering facets of our personality that take delight in abusing and shaming others and wielding power in the most unfair ways. Whether it's the condescending remark to the slow-moving grocery bagger at the supermarket, the aggressive hand gesture towards the meandering driver on the road, or the belittling comment made to your uncooperative child. Many of us are guilty of hurting or deriding others at times. Your divine healers are present now to help you witness your shadow lovingly, making you aware that it's actually contempt for yourself and your vulnerability that fuels such hostility towards others. These gentle but powerful higher forces surround you in love and urge you to accept and embrace your weaker aspects, rather than harshly rejecting yourself by attacking those aspects in others. Ease up. Easy does it. Ease up. Be more tolerant of yourself. If you do so, these shadows will give way to light and healing. Your divine healer's message: ask for help and accept our light. So it's either for recognizing in yourself these moments where you're feeling contempt for people, you're angry, you might be spiteful, and by understanding that's your shadow, that's your aspect, that dark aspect within you, but it's happening because you feel weak in some way, up against this person, you feel weaker, or you feel subdued, you feel overpowered, and therefore you feel, because of that vulnerability, the need to express your shadow self, which isn't healthy. So you want to give way to the light and healing, because you're, in a sense, you're rejecting what you're seeing in others is maybe in you, and you're rejecting yourself by deriding another. But it's this ease up and be more tolerant of yourself. So it's about looking at self, give yourself some love here. Bring in the healers, bring in violet flame. Violet flame to clear and transmute any negative energy around you. It doesn't mean clear and transmute other people. You're doing the job for the person who comes. You're doing the job on their energy. You're doing the job on their aura. You're doing the job on whatever they've picked up along the way, because energies will latch and attach to us, and we have to clear them away, because they can control you and your behavior. And if you're being controlled by an entity, you have to clear that entity. The next one that came out of this deck is gifts, joy guides. Look at that. You've got all these little cherub type angels opening these boxes of gifts and stars. So I think it's, once you kind of relax, know that everything is working out as it should. There's no rush. I don't have to panic and get that thing done just so the end result can be this. It's okay. Things are falling into place, and you have to let them fall into place. To be mindful of my own shadow, and for others to be mindful of their shadow, and how that can simply be a defense almost, because we're vulnerable. And we're learning about that dark side. We're learning how to integrate it for wholeness. And once we've integrated it, we're able to heal it. And therefore it transmutes that negative energy. And what that does is bring our gifts forward. So there's a lot of work, a lot of spiritual work to do to arrive at a place where you can bring gifts forward to the world. You don't just go, I've studied this, ta-da! Usually a person has had a journey. A person has had major ups and downs, upheavals, twists and turns in their life. And even some people in their life might not understand what they've been through, might not know half of the twists and turns that they've had to deal with, because they manage it so well. And so there's a sense of, because of all of that experience, life experience, you get to a point where you're transmuting that heavy energy, you're clearing your field, and by doing so the vibration uplifts, and by doing so your gifts arrive. So what does it tell us about the gifts in our relaxed, take it easy, chill out reading? It's about receiving surprises, kindness, and blessings. The universe is constantly showering you with gifts. The problem arises when so many of these divine offerings go unnoticed and therefore are unaccepted. Your joy guides are on hand, though, acting as messengers to help correct this problem. They ask you to start counting your blessings day after day, taking care not to miss any or to take them for granted. I feel like a bit in shadow there. Your joy guides delight in showering you with gifts and encourage you to expand your heart's capacity to receive all that they have to offer. Start each morning by asking them to surprise you with something wonderful during the day. Then, just before going to bed, list all the wonderful things they bestowed upon you. See how the list grows longer and longer each day. Their only request is that you acknowledge these offerings and thank the Divine Mother and Divine Father for endless generosity. The joy guides message: open your heart and expect good things to come. So this is about being open to receiving, about understanding. Just bring that light forward because it's, sorry, a bit close up here. bit more light. That's better. It's about being open to receive and to play that game, to say, okay, send me a message today, send me a gift, send me a blessing, and acknowledge it. So I was walking down the road, where was it? I can't remember if it was in London or Edinburgh, but I saw a penny on the ground, and it just came into my mind to see a penny, pick it up. All day long you have good luck, and you're supposed to pick it up because it reinforces that good luck. And then I just left it because that's a tendency I do, and I should have picked it up, but I didn't. But also part of me was saying, I have seen it, I have acknowledged it, I'm leaving it for another person to see it, and so they can pick it up because they might be in more need of the blessing than I, and I've already taken the message from that penny. But there are blessings coming, there are gifts coming, but you got to be alert to it. You got to be out of your shadow. You can be so, this is very much someone who spends their day complaining about stuff. Complain. You're not doing this right. This isn't right. That company's not done that right. It's your fault. Why isn't that done? Everything about projection and onto the other person, and this aggressive, complaining nature. And what are you going to notice in that? You're not going to notice. You've got to clear all that negativity, because there's some gifts arriving. Like some good stuff is coming for you. So start to be open to that. Start to expect it. Start to imagine it. Start to welcome it. What do you want to land at your door? Welcome it in now. Now. Okay, so I'm going to go to the other one now. Right. It's kind of heavy-ish read. Considering this, I'll do the Priestess of Light now. Considering this chilling out, but again, that's all about stop forcing things, stop demanding people do things. Everything's happening in the right time. And receiving energy is relaxed energy. Receiving energy is yin. So the masculine, which we call the masculine, is actually yang. So a yang is outward moving, yang is action orientated. Yin is inward moving, like meditative, like receiving, like the empty vase waits to receive. So that's very feminine. So part of this is saying easy does it. So to receive your gifts, you're going to have to move into that more receptive mode. You're going to have to be open to receive. If you're, giving out, if you're always in your shadow and just being negative and chastising people or ordering people around or, being quite authoritarian, then you're not going to notice your gifts. You're not going to be able to receive it because your energy is aggressive and confrontational. And so there needs to be this slowing down, easing off. There needs to be this moving into more yin, more flow. And we have this lunar eclipse. So perhaps it's telling us, as it's the moon, the sun is action, the sun is the masculine, the sun is the yang, the moon is the yin, the cool, the moist, the darkness, the receiving. So we're moving into the lunar eclipse. Sorry, people shouting outside. One moment. I think they've moved away a bit further, so I can't hear them as much now. You might not have heard them at all. I'll listen to it on the playback. So let's see what it's going to tell us about the lunar eclipse. We're receiving gifts as well. When we open our causal chakra, which is a bit further back, it's above us, but a bit further back, it's connected to the moon. So certainly during this time, it might be a good idea to open your causal chakra and see what wisdom comes from the moon energy, the feminine, because it comes through that channel. Are you doing anything for this full moon? are you going to have a ritual? Thank you. This is the card. So we have sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation and prayer. And that's beautiful, A, because it's got the trees there. I've just been to the park and had a walk through nature. But I've said a lot of prayers this weekend as well. I tend to, wherever I'm going, if I'm going somewhere different, I'll pray a lot. Because it's just part of my nature. So that's interesting. Because you're receiving gifts, you have to have gratitude. When you're in the energy of gratitude, you will receive more. So start being grateful. Start imagining one of these gifts turning up for you. And how cool that would be. And, you know, you say, oh God, this is great, right? So you have to get into the energy because you're getting into the feeling. You've got to feel the feelings first. So feel it. And then go, God, that was great, that happened. It was like, it was so good. It was one of the best things ever. And it just lightens your energy and you just think, I want more of that. I want more of that. So let's get one more card, please. And then we'll look at these two. One more, please. Thank you. So, put that there. The other one is beautiful as well. Divine Feminine. What were we saying? The moon. Divine Feminine, the receiving. Okay, so we'll start with this one, which is 50, which is sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation and prayer. Prayer is great. I pray. I pray all the time. And if you've learnt a prayer, you can just use that one prayer and repeat it forever. It's like a mantra, like a little chant. It's reinforcing your belief system, maybe, but it's working with the energies that you're speaking to. So we have her here with her hands on the tree trunk. So very much connecting to earth energy. Virgo is an earth sign. So the trees are earthy, the nature's earthy, the ground, she's grounded as earthy. So let's see what it says. Let's see, I'll read through it for you. This card brings a simple but profoundly important message to you. The woman peacefully stands alone in a quiet forest, reverently placing her hands on an ancient tree. I love trees and plants. My house plants have grown so big. They're just humongous. I might bring the big one over and show you. It actually told me to get it a bigger pot. I was kept going, I need a bigger pot, I needed a bigger pot. So I bought a bigger pot and transplanted it into this new pot. And it's been in there maybe a month. And it's huge. It's just, I almost feel like it needs a bigger pot again, but I might have to just trim it down. But it's huge. I feel bad trimming it down. And even when I'm away, it gets very droopy and dry and kind of, it's all the leaves are wrinkled and crumpled, and I feed it some water and bing, it comes back to life. It's amazing. Yes, we're talking about you. It's good to have conversations with your plants, by the way. With eyes closed, she feels a deep connection to the towering tree, truly appreciating its graceful, majestic presence in her life. This card is telling you to let go of external concerns long enough to spend some time in sacred gratitude. So again, get out of that pressured environment, get out of that overwhelm in your mind, get out of that contradictory and complaining nature long enough to spend some time in sacred gratitude. This reverent appreciation calls for you to pause and reflect, to truly feel the value of your life and of your earthly environment down to the depths of your very soul. This is not so much about listening of all the good things you already have, as it is about simply experiencing the wonder of being one with nature, one with her soul, your soul, one with the planet and everything on it. This mystical approach is easy to adopt through a meditative thought, a deep breath, or a quiet smile. Be careful not to dismiss this choice as frivolous. This inwardly peaceful intention is actually a dynamic energy accelerator. Each quiet, uncluttered moment of gratitude will summon the communal grace of both the creative and magnetic forces flowing through the world, and you can ride these energetic waves with joy. So take some time to engage in this deeper sense of gratitude now. And if this card is surrounded by activity-filled high energy cards in your spread, it's all the more important to weave these peaceful moments of gratitude reflection into your daily life. Profound appreciation brings expansive and valuable results. I let go of external concerns and stop to appreciate life's deeper value. My spirit is grateful for life itself. So that is telling us, be grateful, give thanks, find moments to find that inwardly peaceful place. And don't dismiss it. It's important to be grateful for what you already have. So for everything that has fallen into place, if you can't find, well, what am I going to think about? Find one thing that you're grateful has fallen into place. That you're grateful you had that experience. That you're grateful you met that person. That you're grateful you had an opportunity. That you're grateful you said yes to something. Find something and work with that. Start there. But it's about it using, from that you summon this creative and magnetic force. You don't realize that, like I was saying, feel the feelings. So, you're feeling happy about something. You feel you've received this great gift and you're happy and you're kind of going, that was cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was just, it was a great concert. It was so good. And I'm so grateful for that time, for that moment. If it never happens again, it was an epic evening and I still feel good from it. I still feel that good vibe and I'm so grateful. And by thinking it, by feeling it, by talking it, you're kind of reigniting the same feeling, the same vibration. And that's the thing that summons more to you. That's the thing that brings the creative and magnetic forces to combine and draw to you. Something that matches that feeling. So you're sending out the feeling like a signal, and then it finds something similar and brings it to you. So gratitude for where you are. So it's easy does it. In those moments, let's not do anything too active right now. The full moon coming up, the lunar eclipse, let's not do anything too active right now. The moon in tarot is about, we don't know the full story. So it can be, there's something in the shadows that we don't know, that's not being revealed to us yet. So there is something there that we can't quite see. But also there's part of us that maybe we need to deal with as well. And it's shining a light on that part of us. And it's reminding us that as soon as we can clear more negativity and reintegrate our shadow and heal our shadow, we become open to receiving gifts, and gifts will come. And gifts will bring joy, and we have to be able to receive them. We have to be into that yin energy to bring it in, to say, yes, I'm open to receive now. I'm going into that receiving mode. And then I'm so grateful for everything that I have and for everything that is coming. I'm so grateful. Sacred gratitude. And then it brings us to the divine feminine, which just reinforces what we were talking about, the moon energy. And people can be a bit funny during a full moon. They say there's most hospital, what's the word? Hospital. More people turn up in a hospital and A&E during a full moon, and also more people are arrested during a full moon. So it's something to think about. Protect yourself. Just notice, stay safe. The admissions, that's the word, hospital admissions. Just make sure you protect your energy as well, because the full moon can stir up all kinds of things. And this is one that I think is powerful, and it's why they're sort of saying easy does it. Maybe just don't do anything crazy. Maybe just keep chill. Maybe just have an evening in. Maybe just, watch a bit of TV and light a candle, and maybe do a 10-minute quiet just to kind of calm the nervous system, because it can affect the nervous system and emotions, because the moon pulls on our waters, pulls on our emotions. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh, magnetic receptive power. This is such a full moon lunar eclipse message. This is the card of Isis, and she's bringing news of the deep reflection and increasing receptivity coming into your life. So this is happening for you. You're starting to receive and starting to understand the difference, the subtlety of difference between receiving and giving. When I say that, I always feel like Joey and Friends, and he was doing the wedding vows, and he was going like give and receive and receive and give and receive. So it's funny. So every time I say it, I kind of like thinking of Joey in my head. Friends fans out there, the Egyptian hieroglyph symbol of the eagle represents spirit and the wisdom the soul brings to life. So the eagle is there. The eagle comes to rest upon her hands, bringing profound understanding. This card reveals a time of power, peace, and deepening clarity for you. Yet underneath this quiet resonance, your magnetic energy is swirling in accelerated motion, creating a vortex of attraction within and around you. Your yin energy is on the rise. It is restful yet dynamic time, and it may call for you to go inward, to reflect on present situations, receive guidance, and make future plans. It's also grounding time, one during which, like Isis, you can choose to connect with your own light, with the gentle supportive vibration of earth energy. There is a certain medicine in this conscious connection, ushering in balance and healing on many levels, including physical, emotional, and even financial issues. So allow yourself to open up to your own magnetic powers. This card could also herald the coming of a new woman into your life, because it's the yin, the feminine, the power of the female. A powerful feminine could be coming into your life. This might be a close friendship or a burgeoning romantic love. Your growing receptivity is likely to call in an important karmic relationship at this time. Be open to lessons and meaningful connections that lie ahead. You can say, I open myself to the divine feminine within and around me. As I get in touch with the warmth of my spirit, my magnetism grows. And in saying that as well, the magnetism, the feeling, the vibration, the gratitude, that grows, and that's magnetic. And what we're doing is we're bringing like for like to us. But this is saying there could be a woman coming into your life who is a powerful female, who might be very much in her yin, might be very girly or feminine. She might have connection to the moon, so she might be quite psychic. There's a 7 here as well, which is very spiritual number. She might be spiritual. She might be a healer. She might, help heal the earth with those hands and those light from those hands. But yin is on the rise, and it can be within you. You can be moving into a period in your life where maybe everything that you've been working for all of this time, you start to receive. Everything that you put in motion, everything that you've had to come through, you've had to, you didn't get there in a rush. You took your time to get there. You had your own issues to deal with, your own shadow self to deal with. Things started to come into your life, and you're grateful for all the opportunities you have, and you're sending out that gratitude, and you're receiving more good stuff, and it's really moving you into an awareness of receiving as well, awareness of my reward, awareness of this is my harvest. So that's coming in that's the divine feminine. You can be a very masculine man, but suddenly stuff starts to work in your life. Suddenly you get a promotion, or you get a new car, or a new relationship, or the wheels turn and something starts to come to you. So that's the receptive, that's you receiving everything that you've worked for. So that's awesome. 45. Let's do a quick color, and then I'm going to pick some tarot and see if the tarot is in any way related to this, or it could be completely different. So what color would be good for people to pay attention to during this particular full moon lunar eclipse? And it's in Pisces. Oh my god, all the Pisceans out there. Maybe just lie low, put on a face mask, paint your nails, very yin, watch a romantic comedy, get a good night's sleep. That might be it for Pisceans during this moon time. So we have a card. It is silver. Be persistent. It's 27. So that's very kind of cosmic, galactic silver light. Silver is very protective. Silver is quite good as medicinal. A lot of people take silver. It makes me think of satellites. The moon satellites and the station that could be there. 27 to 7 is 9, so that's completion. So it's about being persistent. So this is all saying take it easy, chill, but it doesn't mean you stop. You can be persistent and keep moving towards the goal, but don't feel forced, don't feel stressed about it. So let's see what it says. Silver is, I'm wearing silver now, so it's very antibacterial. It's very, it's actually worth a lot now. So silver and gold, if you want to invest, silver might be something you want to invest in. Silver is the color of peace and persistence, calming nervous tension, bringing serenity and expanding awareness. Silver also strengthens the healing process through purification, releasing diseases and density from the body and flushing toxicity from the blood and tissues. This includes healing the kidneys, which are about fear, and balancing hormonal function, as well as bringing clarity. Silver is also great for protection and grounding. It's reminded me, one of the ladies at the gig on Saturday, she bought for the gig just this silver top, and it just had this sheen. It was just like a t-shirt, but it was silver, and it had this sheen on it, and you could see her, like when we all got together at the end, I could see her coming across because it was just shining, and just reminds me of that silver, the potent and quite individual as well. She was standing out because of the silver. Silver is also great for protection and grounding. Strengthen your intention and resolve with silver rays of light. So here's the thing for you to do. You might want to stand up straight. This is for persistence, to help you with persistence. Focus on what you would like to achieve or your experience that you want. Now imagine silver rays of light intertwining themselves around you and strengthening your intention and resolve. Allow them to hold you up taller and stronger, tall like the tree. So you're kind of, a sapling will need some sort of bamboo stick or something to help it stay strong as it grows. So this is telling us to use this silver rays to weave around us, holding us up taller and stronger. Now imagine the silver ray of light that creates a bridge between your mind and your goal. For the next 3 days, focus on strengthening the silver bridge until you feel that you are confident enough to walk over it. So this is interesting. 3 days. We have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if you can visualize from yourself with this silver ray around you, and you can visualize ahead of you your goal, And between Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, you strengthen this silver bridge. You keep adding to this silver bridge with more rays of silver and putting down more silver and building it in whichever design you want in front of you between you and your goal, strengthening every single day before the full moon lunar eclipse on Friday. And if you're feeling confident enough to walk over it, receive what you want and bring it back into the present. So on Friday, on full moon day, go over that bridge that you've built. Get what it is energetically. Get what it is and bring it back with you into the present. The more you feel like you already have it, the faster it will manifest. Again, feeling the feelings, feeling how it is, how it made you feel. If you had this thing, how would you feel? And then, because you're feeling those feelings and feeling grateful for it, manifest quicker. Remember, when you continually focus positive attention on a goal, it is impossible not to manifest it. Say, I am confident, clear, and persistent. Wonderful things now flow into my life at the perfect time. I also, in my art workshops, deal with colour. And when people choose a colour, it's saying something to me. The moon would be the silver. The gold would be the sun. So this is the light of the silvery moon. You know, it's reminding us of that silver light. It's reminding us of the metals. You know, I'm thinking like asteroids, you know, and different metals that are found out in space. You know, all of these interesting metals, all of these interesting chemicals. I might just go and get my book and see what I have written about silver. Bear with. Got it. So if you ever need to find anything, St. Anthony will bring you to where it is. So this is a book I have on notes I made about different colours, which I sometimes refer to in my art shift. My art shift workshops. So they're workshops. You don't need to know how to make art. It's just about stillness and painting and what can happen for you when you get involved in that kind of thing. Let's see where we've got. That's gold, so I must have silver here somewhere. White, black, grey, silver. I'll just find a little bit for you. I'm not going to read too much, but just seeing if there's anything else anywhere. Okay. Silver is symbolic of money. Where's my silver card gone? There's something in my mind. Where's my silver card gone? See, have I lost money? Is that how quickly I lose money? Oh my goodness, 1 second. That was funny, I couldn't find it. And I was like, come on, St. Anthony, I just said. And I found it. There we go, silver. So, silver is symbolic of money, particularly coins, and represents wealth. It also symbolizes the moon, feminine energy, intuition, the realm of imagination. What are you doing when you're creating that goal and you're building that bridge and you're going over and collecting and bringing it? That's all in your imagination. To open the feminine qualities, meditate with silver. Archangel Zadkiel, who's also the angel of the violet flame, is the angel of freedom. Silver violet flame can purify the body, the mind, the soul, to heal emotions and negative beliefs. This will help you move on with your life, bringing freedom and forgiveness for yourself and others. Words are forgiveness, mercy, cleansing, and freedom. Lovely. So again, you might want to use silver. You might want to use it as a focus but it's certainly coming in now for this as part of that moon energy. You couldn't write it. It's mad how it all links together and makes sense. So notice how you're drawn this week. Notice if you want to have more introspection, more introvert instead of extrovert. Your energy is being affected by the moon, so just be aware of that. Easy does it. You know, mind that shadow, mind that aggression, mind that inner tormentor, mind that intimidator or interrogator energy. Receive your gifts, learn to receive, learn to have gratitude, learn to be in the feminine, which is receiving the yin, 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 yin. We're all so in our masculine. Even women are constantly in our masculine because we are doing. We're working, and that shifts us out of our feminine power into a more masculine conveyor belt type thing, or loop the loop kind of. So we have to remember to have downtime, to have rest. You know, it was interesting at the weekend because, I mean, I didn't wear a dress. Sorry. But I did have a big heart on my t-shirt. But both of my friends, one of them wore skirts and one of them wore a dress. And it's like, they're embracing their femininity. You know, it was lovely. I wasn't sure what they were going to be wearing. And it was like, that's awesome. You know, just you know, doing girly things and, you know, wearing necklaces and makeup and, you know, just having just nice outfits and putting things together. Just, for us, it's just being in our feminine. We need more of that. So our tarot underneath is death. So I did mention earlier that someone I know has just passed. So it could be a nod to that. It's also a nod to the fact that it's everything that happens in perfect timing. As Una said, you know, everything has its own time. So we've got the little timer here. So it's a difficult one to comprehend on the human level, but everyone does have their time. But it is saying it's usually about endings. Things are ending. So there's some part of your life ending. This is the underlying energy. Some part of your life is ending and a new part is beginning. So it's telling us there is a rebirth. There's a new part beginning. And then we have these three, which I don't know what they are yet. You have been bored. You've been looking at everything that didn't work in the past. You're a bit fed up. Maybe relationships that didn't work. You're looking, these are love, heart-centered, emotional connections, and they didn't really work. But you spend so much time looking at what didn't work. Well, I tried that, didn't work. Tried that, didn't work. You're missing. There is something coming in for you here. There is, the hand of God is bringing in a cup, bringing in an opportunity, bringing in something that will heal your heart. That will, it's an offering of love. So that's, you have to be able to receive that. If you're looking at the past, how are you going to receive that? You know, it's here, it's being presented. And then we have the lovers. So again, a good relationship, healthy relationship, people brought together. This can be about making a choice. Are you going to choose the blonde? Are you going to choose the brunette? And there's an element of choice and choosing in the lovers, but it's also about a healthy relationship. People who are together because they want to be together, not people who are together for the sake of it or for society or for any of those rules. They are equal in their own right. They have got their own stuff going on and they choose to be together. And we have Cupid, the Cupid shooting the arrow. So lover energy coming in, beautiful, because you're going to have the 10 of Cups. Happy families, happy ever after. There may be children involved in some way. There's a home involved. But this is people who are committed to each other, who are in a healthy relationship. 10, can't get better than that. Emotional satisfaction. So if you're willing to receive it, Relax, easy does it. No pressure moving into things. This is coming for you. This is coming. The reward is coming. So be open to receive it. I hope you enjoy that. I've literally just gone over the hour now. I was trying to get it all in within the hour, but I've not done it. There's an ending. There is a new beginning for you. It is to do with a feminine. It is to do with a new energy. It is to do with that moon. Who knows what's going to happen with the moon? There may be change. There may be some aggression that you need to manage. But moon energy galore. We have moon energy galore. And then with the death card, after the full moon, the sun will rise. So where's the sun? Here. So the sun will come up again. So the new dawn will break. So after we have the lunar eclipse, the sun will rise again. The new day will bring you what you want. But it's it's cups energy, love energy, lovers. 10 of cups, can't get better than 10. Happy ever after, playful, joyful, togetherness, committed. These people, they have both got their arms around each other. They're in love and they're committed. There's, this castle isn't just a home, it's telling you about foundation and structure. That there is it's like the Tower card is the collapsing, the foundations are no good, so everything collapses. This is now, you've rebuilt everything on firm foundations. Cups tend to be weeks in timing, so it might be 4 to 10 weeks. Something may come in for you, just as another way to look at it. That is your read for full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Take it easy, as Una says, easy does it. Remember that to start. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So you don't have to rush out and force this relationship, but you have to understand that it's coming, and you have to understand to receive it. You have to be able to use your manifestation skills when you're in your introspection, when you're in your downtime. Trust that intuition, but know that there's more, either through a person or for yourself. There's more of that feminine energy this week. Your intuition might be off the scale, so just pay attention to that. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you did. Do subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. You can hype it if you want. But yeah, let's just create a little community. And I love reading for you. I love reading, so it's always nice to have somebody who says that they're watching and feeds back to me on what they think. But yeah, there's so much moon energy in this. Take care for the full moon. Take care. Bye.